Dear brothers and sisters, today I wish to share with you about an extraordinary man who reshaped the 20th century and brought millions closer to Christ worldwide. I speak of John Paul II, the Great, a man who touched the hearts of people globally and was canonized shortly after his passing. Such a swift canonization is rare, but why was he immediately declared a saint? Let's step back to that April morning when the sun rose over Rome, the eternal city, and a voice echoed in St. Peter's Square. It was April 2nd, 2005, and the entire world mourned the loss of a spiritual giant, Pope John Paul II. But as tears flowed, a chorus arose, powerful and clear. Saint now. These words weren't just a cry, but the echo of millions of hearts touched by a true saint. The path to sainthood is never easy. It demands sacrifice, dedication, and a profound connection with God. But John Paul II was no ordinary man. He was someone who walked with God, heard his voice, and responded with an unconditional yes. While tradition would have the Church wait 5 years before beginning the canonization process, heaven had other plans. Pope Benedict XVI, hearing the people's cry and guided by the Holy Spirit, expedited the process. It was evident that John Paul II was not just a saint for the people, but for heaven too. Every saint has their miracles, but John Paul II's were extraordinary. Not one, not two, but countless miracles were attributed to him. Cardinal Camillo Ruini, a man who knew the Pope closely, testified to the magnitude of his miracles. But it wasn't just the miracles that made John Paul II special. It was how he touched people, how he spoke to each of our hearts. Cardinal Ruini shared how, while John Paul II was still alive, he received an overwhelming number of letters testifying to the graces received through his intercession. These weren't tens or hundreds, but thousands. Each letter was a testament to John Paul II's divine touch, his prayers, and his intercession. One of the most renowned miracles was the healing of a woman in Costa Rica. The morning after John Paul II was proclaimed blessed, this woman suffering from a cerebral aneurysm was miraculously healed. This wasn't just a miracle, but a testament to God's power working through John Paul II. John Paul II wasn't just a spiritual leader. He was a man with the courage to stand against injustice, to speak when others remained silent. Whether it was oppression, suffering, or political injustices, John Paul II was at the forefront, fighting for justice and truth. We remember his speech to the United Nations in 1995 when he said, "Peace is an order enlivened and integrated by love, an order rooted in freedom." These words still resonate today, calling for peace, love, and freedom. At the heart of it all was prayer. John Paul II was a man of deep prayer. His geographical prayer showcased his profound connection with God's people. He prayed for every individual, every nation, bringing their concerns and hopes before God. This geographical prayer was unique. John Paul II had a system where he received letters from all over the world. These letters contained prayer requests for specific situations, people, and nations. And John Paul II took these requests to heart. On his kneeler, he placed notes derived from these letters, praying specifically for each request. It was as if he had a geographical map before him, praying for every point on that map. He was a man who believed in the power of prayer, and that God was present everywhere. As we reflect on the life and legacy of John Paul II, we remember he was a man like us. But he was also a man who heard God's call and responded with all his heart. His life is an example for us all, a call to live with love, passion, and faith. And as we look to the future, we remember John Paul II's words, "The future is in the hands of those who can give future generations reasons to live and hope." May we all find inspiration in his words and live with the same passion and dedication. Dear brothers and sisters, Let's carry the memory of John Paul II, a man who revolutionized the world, in our hearts. Pray for our Holy Father, seek his intercession, share your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel to join this community of faith and prayer and not miss new videos. God bless us all.